Zagrom here again today, and today we're back in Kerbal's Brace program, KSP. I haven't been in this game except for the recent video I did on the new update, 2.2.1. But, yep, today we're back. We're going to start a new series in Kerbal Space Program. I've kind of cancelled the previous one where we were at Duna. I never really finished it off, but that's alright. The reason this has been delayed coming out, I was actually going to release some videos probably almost a week ago, but I was pre-building something, a space station, that decided to explode, which you will probably see video footage of right about here. So yeah, I decided to go a different route. We're going to go back. We're now in another dimension where the Kerbals have just started their space program, because I wanted to use this mod here. You'll see this little icon down here. Let's click this. That's right, it's the mission control extender. Now, quickly stating, in the last video I had recently about the update, I didn't know what this building was. This is the building that you'll get your missions from. Now I know. But what this mod does is it essentially makes it where you can take missions, earn money, and you lose money from building ships and doing flights and stuff. Now, see, you can like this, and you can see all the different mission stuff you can do. Let's see, what was I think civilian program was the one I was going to start with. No, this isn't it. I've only really looked at the first description of the first one, so I don't really even know what a lot of these missions are yet. Let's see, I want... Oops, close this. Stock, I think? Select? Okay, these are like the very beginner ones. So we're starting back, way back at the very start. Sputnik 1. See, this mission, our scientists have decided to explore space. For some reason, they've elected you as our head rocket engineer. We need to build a rocket in order to explore Kerbin's atmosphere, build a rocket that is able to leave the atmosphere and bring the probe back with the data back to Kerbin's surface. Reach at least 70 kilometers, blah, blah, blah. It needs all these specific parts, and, I gotta get to this minimum altitude, etc. Right. I want that. And so you get paid for it. You see, you actually start off with 50,000, but I already did a test flight because I already went ahead and pre-built the Sputnik 1. So we'll go ahead and see what this is all about. Now, I do have other mods on here. Unlike my last series where there's a lot of part mods that I was using, this one currently are mostly functionality mods. And I might be adding part mods as I need them, but actually we don't really need to look at this. Let's just put this down here. It's good enough. Like, for example, I have this mod here for moving fuel through tanks so you can keep your fuel tanks balanced and so on. I'm going to be trying to play this as though we're trying to keep as many parts as possible. This mod does actually calculate your items being reused. So if, like, I have parachutes attached to these, in theory, I will get refunded some of my money whenever these are dropped because they have parachutes. There are some specific things about this, like I think if it's dropped below 25 kilometers, it gets deleted, and that's just how the game works. But I'm not 100%. I do remember I need to adjust some of this because I forgot. Oh, this just needs to go here. Let's see, release here, rocket, release, rocket, release, and I need to separate this one there. Right. We will throttle up. we will... this doesn't actually have a SAS on it, other than what it actually just has by itself. So we're going to have to manually keep this thing steady with RCS, which shouldn't be too bad. This is a very small rocket. This is just our first little rocket to get out of the atmosphere to do our first experiments in space. All right, launching in 3, 2, 1. Just a nice light rocket, taking a gentle approach into space. Trying to keep as many parts as we can. So that had a parachute on it. I am curious to see if it's already taken the money from me. It looks like it. Oops, starting to maneuver a little easier now that we're going... Oh! Look at that. This is a little tiny rocket. Now we're losing altitude right now, but we will start to gain it. I have tested this rocket already. Let's see. Now we do have to keep in mind that this rocket has to come back to the surface, and we want it to be in as good a condition as we can. We want to do like this. So I'm going to try and get it somewhere back near the actual space station here. Still have another 15 kilometers or so to go. Get a little bit more distance. Check our map here, or not our map, but our not map. There's still quite a bit of fuel left in here. More than enough, right? We have reached our goal here. Although it did just occur to me, I forgot to set up action groups for this right here. Go ahead and toggle these so we can start collecting our data. And there you go. Now that parachute has been deployed, so we don't have to worry about that. Distance ourselves from that. We did have this emergency fuel. In my first test, I kind of screwed up and needed to use it to get out of the atmosphere, but this time we were fine. I assumed we would be. So pressure, we're in a vacuum. Current gravity is, let's see, I don't know how to actually read this. It's getting less, which makes sense. 7.3 meters a second squared. Not sure what that really means. Accelerometer, we're drifting lazily through space, so 0. And the temperature is -200 something. And that's in sunlight. Right. Let's check our map. We are losing our space station here. Let's see if we can't widen this slightly so that we can try to land near the Space Center. Now we do have to go a little farther than we expect here, because we have to take into account the fact that the planet will be rotating under us, making Kerbal Space Center move this direction. Probably actually need to go farther than that, I think. Let's go to about like maybe here. Now, see, I want to try to land this on land because I'm afraid if I land it in the ocean. Oh, also I have Kethane installed, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But that's not for later. Until later. I mean, I want to land this on land rather than in the water because I'm afraid water will break it up more. And actually, in fact, I think you get more money back if it lands on land safely as opposed to splashing down in water. It's here, hold this right about up here, and we'll just make this spin slightly just for fun. Oh, and we're actually falling shorter than I thought we were going to again. Probably should have had it come almost all the way out here. We can widen this again though. Let's see, where's our 90? That's 45. 90's over here. Oh, and we're coming back into the atmosphere, so it's going to be really hard for us to adjust this now. It's not a huge deal. We will be coming... Oh wow, it's quite loud. We will be coming fairly close to where we want to be, but I'm hoping we can push this out enough to actually get us relatively close. I'm hoping within, you know, maybe 5 kilometers or so. Here, I gotta adjust my legs ever so slightly. Let's see, we want to go slightly down. Let's see. We don't want to face north. We want to face south, which would be this way. Although I think that's about as good as we're going to get for now. Let's check. Ooh, we're re-entering the atmosphere here for sure. Now this is where my test one landed. SAS off. Flying back through the atmosphere quite rapidly here. Looks like we're going to land fairly close to where my test one went. Let's see, RCS. Try to get this thing flipped over. Okay, I guess I'll just have to deploy the chute to flip us over. It's fine. Use what fuel we have left to slow us down. Alright, that should be within fairly safe speed, I think. It shouldn't rip us apart. There we go. No problem. Yep, we landed just over 1.5 kilometers away from where our test one was. So that's not bad. Means I'm pretty consistent with falling short. There's a piece of debris that might be from the first stage. Or no, that's probably the what's it called? The clamp things that actually hold it in place. And I don't... Let's see. Let's check our map, maybe. See if... Oh, I have to do it from the Space Center thing. That's fine. We'll just speed up time slightly so we don't have to... Oh, yes, I know. So we don't have to wait for this to land for 100 years. Nearly there. And... Boop. Landed safely. And there you go. We've successfully completed our first mission, I believe. Let's, I want to rename this real quick. Yeah, Sputnik 1. And we'll mark this as, I guess we'll mark it as debris now that it's landed. And And we'll see. We need to come up with some kind of tag to mark this as a complete mission. I guess I just mission complete, MC. Okay. Right, so did we get okay, we got our mission, blah blah blah, goal. Minimum altitude 7. Okay. Pretty sure I did that. Why is it in red? Is it saying I didn't do that? Landing by land. Okay, we did that. Let's see, revert Space Center. Oh. Okay, this isn't... Okay, I guess I was saying I wasn't currently that high. Let's see. Alright, so here's what happened for the record. I forgot to change this out of test mode, which still charges you, but it's only like at 3% the cost. That way you can test your ships without being for free. And that's what I did for the first flight I had run, just to test to see if this ship would actually be able to complete the mission, and it did. And I forgot to switch it out of that mode. So now we got to do it again at the real cost. I thought it seemed a little light. I was expecting it to be more, and that's because the vehicle cost is going to be 12,000. Right. Which is much more than like the 300 or something it charged me before. But our reward is quite high. So I'm going to kind of fast forward through this one because we've already seen the launch. We just want to see the money. Right. I wish I could kind of expand this so I could get this whole bar on here, but all right. And speed up time, commence now. All right. So, boop, made it. Again, let's see. We'll rename this one as well. Rename. Let's see. We need. Oopsie. MC mission complete. Sputnik 1-1. Oops. Yep. And we'll mark it as debris now. Boop. Okay. And there's that. Right. We made all of our things here. I do believe. Finish the mission. Ta-da! And as you can see, whenever I'm actually playing correctly, you get that message that pops up letting me know that stuff has been recovered, which is awesome. Let's see. Let's go back to the Space Center here. Now, I don't know if I go and recover these, if I get more money back from recovering these pieces. But let's see. What is the next mission? Let's see, we want this one. Okay, we finished Sputnik 1. I wonder if I can actually just do it again. I don't want to, but let's see, what is Sputnik 2? Let's see, our scientists say that some weird things happened in our last missions. They didn't like it. They think that the radiation outside of the atmosphere is higher than they expected. And guess what you are doing now? You're building a rocket that is able to reach a stable, low orbit around Kerbal in order to explore the radiation outside the atmosphere for at least 4 hours. Don't forget to record the data and bring back the probe. Right. See, so it needs all the same stuff. So we can probably use the exact same rocket bit. We just need something a little bit more powerful underneath it. Right. Select. And we'll quickly go through editing the ship. Right. So this is what I got. I'm not sure if it'll work. I haven't tested it. How much is this going to cost me? 19,500. Hopefully this doesn't fail. So we got to get to an orbit of somewhere between 7,000 and a bunch more, or 70,000. So 400,000. Right. So between 70 and 400 kilometers, that should be easy enough. I'm hoping this has enough fuel to get the job done. Let's go ahead and actually, because we haven't technically gathered the data of a liftoff yet, so let's activate all this stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see, one more. I'll turn this one on. Yes. Right. We'll throttle up and see how this works. So launching in 3, 2. Once again, I don't have a SAS module because it's not quite necessary yet and they're expensive. I don't know that this is actually going to be powerful enough. We're going to need a better engine, it looks like. Luckily, however, I should be able to, well, not really recover, but we should be able to save all this stuff. Get the probe away and the rest of this. Okay, right. That was a failure. However, we hopefully will be able to get some of our money back. I hope those parachutes open. There we go. Right. Not the best, but salvaged so far, as long as none of this stuff just decides to randomly explode once it hits the ground. I think I just need a better engine on that bottom rocket. It's trying to conserve too much fuel, I guess. Let's see. What's our money looking like? 67,000. Okay, those are about to hit the ground. You gotta be kidding me. I hate stuff in this game. Those shouldn't have exploded as far as I'm concerned. That was a lot of money lost, actually, because of fuel and etc. Dang. I'm not sure what I could have done to prevent that. I guess put parachutes on both sides so that it falls flat, but that seems like... Right.